Been hit by yet another shocker tonight. You'll see that in 60 seconds. Now you may remember construction was being done near the old Primrose Lane complex in the Queen and River Street area when that wall buckled. Some residents were forced from their homes and many were left without running water for days. And tonight, Global News has learned these residents are being hit in the pocketbook again, but this time by the city of Toronto. Let's bring in Global's Mina Rhea, who's been covering the story. She's on Bayview Avenue tonight. What can you tell us, Mina?
Well, Leslie, it really has been a double whammy for these residents. As you said, the water was off for days. When it was finally turned on, the bad news, they'd have to foot the bill for it. That's what the city is saying. Now, as for this wall, as you can see, it's still being held up by truckloads of gravel. In fact, it hasn't been touched by construction crews since we brought this story to light about 2 weeks ago. Now, one resident is so fed up that he's even put up a sign in front of his unit that reads, "Fix this now." Workers hastily repair stairs on Old Primrose Lane. The nightmare began 2 weeks ago after a retaining wall holding up the townhomes began to give way. Construction crews building a car dealership next door apparently had dug too deep.
We really have to trace how this came to be. So close to houses, on a floodplain. If we knew that, then the homeowners would have a much better idea what's going on. At the moment, we just don't know. We're kind of in the dark.
For over a week, they had to go without water because the digging had also ruptured their pipes. After 9 days without water, the city finally fixed the water main, but only on the condition that homeowners would foot the bill. A bill that could cost upwards of $10,000. And residents say that's absolutely absurd.
It's really outrageous. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this battle is not over. This fight is not over. Because we're not all going to sit here and accept that. We won't just accept that easily.
Despite giving the green light for the construction in the first place, the city is saying they're not responsible to fix the problem. And that includes the retaining wall.
The retaining wall that's been damaged is on the property of the townhome development. So it's ultimately their responsibility to provide for us how they plan to keep the wall safe, make the wall safe, repair it to the point where we don't have an unsafe condition.
The Selwoods are left to wonder how they're going to make ends meet.
That will run in the neighborhood of $200,000. We can't even fathom that. This development is 5 years old. The walls were guaranteed for 20 to 30 years. The city signed off on it. They said everything was stable. And the developer comes along, destroys our wall, and he gets off scot-free. We get to foot the bill.
And as you can see, the wall is still being held up by mounds of gravel there. No work has actually been done on that structural wall. No word on when that will start again. They're fighting over who's going to pay for this. Now, the group has hired a lawyer to represent them, and they've also organized a rally. They're going to be protesting, making some noise outside another car dealership owned by this property owner, and that will be the Porsche dealership on Front Street, I'm told, 10 a.m. on Friday. They say they're not going out without a fight. Leslie?
No, the saga continues on Bayview Avenue. Mina Rhea.